Today we're doing Module 20, Lesson 2, Compare Metric Units of Length. So remember when we do the metric system, we think of doing measurements of 10. So this goes with the base 10 place value. Today we're going to be able to represent and compare measurements given in different metric units of length. So let's look at our picture. It says an ant is about 1 centimeter long. So here's our ant right here. An ant is about 1 centimeter long. So I want you to look at your finger and the width of your finger, maybe your index finger, the second finger. So centimeter is about, so 1 centimeter equals about the width of your finger. Width of finger. So if you think of an ant, if you put an ant on your finger, it would be about the width of your finger. Okay? Then it says this sidewalk, the green and gray area, this sidewalk square is about 1 meter long. So we're comparing 1 centimeter to 1 meter. How do these lengths compare? So 1 meter is the same as 100 centimeters. So it takes 100 centimeters to equal 1 meter. So it says draw a picture to support your answer. How do these lengths compare? Let's draw a number line. So let's compare what the ant is compared to the meter. So let's start at 0, and this is going to be 100. Let's do 50 right here. I'm going to cut it in half, 50. Let's do it this size. It's hard for me to number line. 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Hey, that's pretty good. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 1 centimeter, so if I took this 10 right here, see if I can make my pen any thinner. Let's go a thinner line. Alright, let's see if we can do 9 lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they're starting to draw on top of each other. But that was 9 lines inside of my 10. So right here, so that would be 1 centimeter. Okay? And right here, 100, that is 100 centimeters or 1 meter. So 1 meter equals to 100 centimeters. So we could say the sidewalk square, is 100 times longer than the ant. The sidewalk is 100 times longer than the ant. Because it takes 100 centimeters to equal 1 meter. It takes 100 centimeters to equal 1 meter. Okay, on the next page. Alright, so it says Ada builds a structure that is 1 meter tall. Her little sister Diana builds a structure that is 1 decimeter tall. How could you compare the heights? Well, let's look at what a decimeter is. So I'm going to tell you something that I learned when I became teaching, because I didn't know how to compare a decimeter. So decimeter is a metric unit for measuring length of distance. 10 centimeters are equal to 1 decimeter. Well, what does 10 centimeters look like? I want you to look at your hand. So the width of your hand from the thumb to your pinky, so the distance of your hand is about 1 decimeter. So the width of a hand, the width of your hand. Okay, so the width of your hand is about 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters equals to 1 decimeter. And it takes 10 decimeters to equal 1 meter. So 10 hands would equal the same as a meter. So let's go back to the problem. Ada builds a structure that is 1 meter tall. So this right here is Ada's. So Ada's is 1 meter tall. Her little sister Diane builds a structure that is 1 I mixed that up. This is Ada's. This is Ada's. Hers is 1 meter tall. Her sister's is the one that's 1 decimeter tall. How can you compare the height? So this is sister. So let me change my pen. All right, so so let's do, first of all, let's compare it to 1 centimeter, okay? So I'm gonna draw a visual of what 1 centimeter looks like, okay? So maybe I do like this, is 1 centimeter. All right, so then I wanna do like 10 centimeters, which is a decimeter. Just something like this. So maybe that is gonna be 10 centimeters equals to 1 decimeter. So then I needed 10 of those to equal 1 meter. So let me think about it. 1, 2, and I'm estimating here. Maybe we compare it like this. So that's 1 decimeter. 7. Let's get a little bit bigger. Something like that. So maybe this is 10 decimeters. 10 deci equals to 1 meter. Okay, so Ada's is obviously 10 times taller than her sister's. Okay, so this is her sister's. That's her sister's picture right there, and then Ada's is the taller one. So how does the visual model help you compare the heights of the structures? Well, we can represent the heights of the visual model. Represent the heights with a visual model. And we can use equal size parts to represent each building. So then we can use equal size parts to compare each other. So represent the heights with a visual model and compare. We want to compare. So we'll compare the difference between 1 decimeter, which will be 10 centimeters. So decimeter is about the width of your hand, compared to 1 meter. Okay, so meter is 100 centimeters. So 1 meter is 10 times more than a decimeter. So how would you describe the comparison between heights of Ada's and Diane's structure? So that was Diana's little sister. So we can say that Ada's structure is 10 times higher. So Ada's structure is 10 times higher. Marker's not writing very good today. So Ada's structure, this one right here, is 10 times taller than her sister Diane's. Okay, because 1 meter is 10 times more than a decimeter. So and I always remember a decimeter is about the width of my hand. On the next page. So now we're looking at millimeters and kilometers. So a millimeter is tiny, tiny, tiny. It takes 10 millimeters to make up a centimeter. So if you were looking at a ruler, it's really, really tiny lines. Okay? So number 2 says, how does the width of the head of 5 thumbtacks, so 5 of these, this one's a thumbtack, this is a thumbtack, how does the width of the heads of 5 thumbtacks set end to end compare to the width of heads of 55 pins? This is the pin. And that's 1 millimeter compared to 1 centimeter in this picture. So it says find the width of the heads of 55 pins. Well, if we have 55 of these, they're pretty tight. They're pretty tiny. So we'd say 55 times 1 millimeter equals to 55 millimeters. Okay. It takes 10 millimeters to make up 1 centimeter. So it would take 10 of these pins right here to make up 1 thumbtack. So we got 5 thumbtacks to compare. So complete the table to find the width of the heads of 5 thumbtacks. Well, 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, and 2 centimeters equals to 20. 3 centimeters equals to 30 millimeters. 4 centimeters equals to 40 millimeters, and 5 centimeters equals to 50 millimeters. How do the widths compare? So if we have 1 centimeter, that is the same as, so 1 centimeter equals to 50 millimeters, right? So The thumbtack is 1 centimeter, but we have 5 of those. So that's 5 centimeters. So 5 centimeters equals to 50 millimeters. But then the pins are 55. So how do the widths compare? So we have 50 millimeters in pins and 55 millimeters in, we have 50 not in pins, thumbtacks. I said that wrong, I apologize. 50 millimeters in thumbtacks. So this would be 5 of these equals to 50 millimeters. And then we have 55 of these, this is going to be 55 millimeters. So that's what we're comparing. 55 millimeters in pins. So we have more than, so the thumbtacks would be less than the pins if we line them up. Okay? Number 3, if Kelsey walks 2,125 meters, Jacob walks 1.5 kilometers. Who walks farther? So let's look right here. 1,000 meters are equal to 1 kilometer. The word kilo means 1,000. So it takes 1,000 meters to equal 1 kilometer. So find the number of meters Jacob walks. So 1 meter equals to 1,000. And then 1/2 kilometer equals to 500 meters. So he's going to walk 1,500 meters. Well, who walks more? Kelsey walks 2,125. So 2,125 meters is greater than 1,500 meters. So who walks further, Kelsey or Jacob? Kelsey walks further. So this was Kelsey and this was Jacob. All right, at the bottom of the page, I want you to do number 1 for check your understanding. And it talks about a decimeter, so don't forget that it takes 10 centimeters to equal to 1 decimeter. All right, question number 1. Chandra makes a card that is 2 decimeters long. Can she put it into an envelope that's 23 centimeters long? Well, 2 decimeters, 2 deci equals to 20 centimeters. So yes, because 20 centimeters is less than 23 centimeters. So yes, if she makes a card that's 2 decimeters long, 2 decimeters is the same as 20 centimeters, and the envelope is 23 centimeters. So she'll actually have 3 centimeters left of envelope. So yes, she can fit the card into the envelope.